Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you all. I hope you're all very well. Thank you so much for being here. Um, as you can see, I'm sharing the space with your wonderful comments, and I am so grateful for all of your lovely messages, for all of the tweets. I've been almost overwhelmed with the messages over the last couple of days. Goodness me, it is absolutely thrilling and a huge delight, and even more so to see you all here. So thank you so much for being here. Sorry I'm a few minutes late, but lots to get ready for tonight. Lots of wonderful things coming up. I'll be announcing in a few short minutes the exciting programme for 2021. Those of you that are looking forward to singing with me next year, I'm going to be able to finally tell you about some of the things we're doing, and I have a very special announcement. But it is so wonderful to see all of you. Thank you for your lovely comments. I've been reading them as I've been setting up here, getting recordings sorted, and I just can't thank you enough, everybody. This award, well, it means the world to me, to my family. It was a huge surprise to be nominated, and I received an email from the Cabinet Office 3 weeks ago. I have to tell you, it was full of typos, and I very nearly, I thought it was spam. I very nearly deleted it. Thankfully, I didn't. Oh, thank you, everybody. Goodness me, the comments are absolutely amazing. Various people have asked, do I need to buy a top hat? You're assuming I don't already have a selection to choose from, but I may buy a special hat. People have also asked, when will I be receiving the medal? It's going to be distributed at some point by the Lord Lieutenant of Bristol, and that will be obviously COVID dependent. I've suggested on Twitter it might be distributed through a sort of a frisbee system. So I just have to manoeuvre my chest underneath and hopefully catch it, or otherwise take it to the face, as it were. Thank you so much, everybody. It is as you can see, I've put your comments up on screen, and it's wonderful to see all of you and to just receive this, see these amazing comments. I need to drink water, everybody. Cheers. Thank you so much. It is wonderful to see you all. It's been an incredible weekend. My email inbox has pretty much given up the ghost. the red notification you get on your phone when you have an email. I've never seen the number rise that high before. It is absolutely wonderful. Frisbee medal, says Gillian. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Brenda. Oh my goodness me. I will be saving this comment stream, and I will be reading back through it after this rehearsal, everybody. Thank you. It really has. Now, lots of people, what's lovely is various people have written to me congratulating me on my OBE. Thank you. I'm not quite there yet. This was the British Empire Medal, so I'm BEM. I don't get to go to the palace for this one. But, it's a start, as somebody said. Oh, dear. Now, many people have asked if I know who's responsible. I'm not supposed to know who's responsible, but I do know. It was Dr. Glyn Jones and Sue Skinner, members of our choir, and my wonderful friends Eric and Liz Wetherall submitted the nomination. I'm not supposed to know it, but I have been told, and I'm immensely grateful to them and everybody who wrote letters of support and testimonials and all sorts of things. It's not an easy process, it seems, to be nominated for these things, and I am immensely grateful. And as I've said, let me just share this with you. I love this. So this was the Times from yesterday, and I need to angle this just right, but I particularly love this. Okay, so unsung heroes. I'm an unsung hero. And just one more thing, the British Empire Medal is given to reward and to recognise outstanding contributions in a hands-on capacity with the community. So somehow I've managed to be awarded a medal for being an unsung singer and hands-on in a socially distanced capacity. Now, I think that's a niche, ladies and gentlemen. That's a very specialised area, so thank you again. Oh, Mark, thank you so much. Mark has just written here, Ben England, BEM, on behalf of the whole choir, I would like to extend our formal congratulations to all the comments about your extraordinary contribution to the well-being of others during COVID-19. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you. Sue's just said no more singing because I'm unsung. No, thank you, everybody. BEM, according to Richard, is the best Elijah medal. Thank you. Rosalind says, I'm not unsung. Ben's hallelujah. Believe me, I heard it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Joe. No more singing, says Sue. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, everybody. My goodness. I'll be honest, this weekend has been one of the most affirming and positive experiences of my life. Thank you, Mark. The comments on Twitter and here are just... The last time I felt this emotional, I was being presented with an incredible book by the Self-Isolation Choir. This is unbelievable. Thank you, everybody. Wow. Thank you, folks. Sung for but never unsung, says Joy. I love that. I'm going to have that. That's almost a t-shirt, isn't it? Sung for but never unsung. Wonderful. Oh, thank you, everybody. My goodness me. Well, look, at some point I need to do a very quick sound check, so will you forgive me, dear friends? I will read these comments later on. I will save everything that you've written and I will read through, but we have lots to do and we have an hour to do it in, so thank you for being here. Thank you for nominating me. And most importantly, thank you for singing with me. I mean, this is the thing. If ever there was an indication to how important singing was to people, it's this medal, it's this choir. You know, even in the situation where we're told singing is unsafe, we have found a way to sing together, for it to be safe, for it to be fun, for it to be life-affirming. And a wise friend of mine once said, in terms of choirs, he said, when your choirs tell you something, listen. And I've listened, everybody. Thank you so much. Now, I'm just very quickly, speaking of listening, do my sound check. So if you're listening on headphones, just watch out. We've got some loud music, although we'll start with a little bit of He Watching Over Israel. So here's a quick sound check. Wonderful. Okay, that's fine. And the piano, I think, will be fine as well. Okay, everybody. We need to get started, and I just want to officially start this evening by saying welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I know that tonight we will have way more people than we would normally expect for Elijah Rehearsal, and we'll be welcoming members of the wider Self-Isolation Choir community and beyond. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. These amazing comments and all of the emails and texts and tweets and support that I've had over the weekend has been unbelievable. Thank you, everybody. I am overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Now, before we start tonight's Elijah Rehearsal, we've been teasing a couple of very important announcements, and I don't want to let you down. I don't want to disappoint you, so I'm going to move your comments, everybody, from one side. Now, I can still see them, but you're not going to be able to see them as part of the video. You will, of course, be able to pop out the comments and take part in that, but I would just like to start having thanked you all for all of your support and all of your love. And Mark, thank you so much for your wonderful comments. We have some amazing things to look forward to. This fantastic choir grew out of a real need in our community. That is to say that the global community of people who love singing, who love the connection that singing brings. And it's been an amazing 7 months. I mean, as I said, 7 months today, I got out this phone and I recorded the first online rehearsal on the Home Choir channel, which led directly to the formation of the Self-Isolation Choir with Mark. And, you know, we are now 7 months on, and we are showing no signs, ladies and gentlemen, of slowing down or stopping. We have some incredible plans. So what I want to talk to you about, everybody, is two really exciting things. The first is the programme that we have coming up in 2021. And I can only really speak at this point about the projects that I'm involved with, but I am really proud to share this with you. We have huge plans for Self-Isolation Choir. It is going nowhere. As we move forwards into the winter, and just now today in the UK further restrictions are announced, we are going to provide a really valuable service here with this choir for those who miss singing. And so let me tell you a little bit about what we have coming up. So I'm just going to click the slide and you're going to see a whole load of information, and let me go through it with you. But here it is. This is the program for 2021 with me. So many of you will already have signed up for Mozart's Requiem, which is coming up in January. I can't wait for that. I really can't. The Mozart Requiem is a really important work for me and for many of us. We're going to take our time with that one, and we're going to produce a very special self-isolation choir performance of the Mozart Requiem. Now, what have we got to follow? Well, this is where things get incredibly exciting. We are going to present Allegri's A Wonderful Miserere, and that is in partnership with the incredible choir Tenebrae. And so we will be learning Allegri's Miserere with Tenebrae. They will be recording the lead tracks for us. We will then record our own version of the Allegri Miserere, and we will perform that live. As I said, guided by the incredible singers and the wonderful partnership with Tenebrae. Now, if you don't know who Tenebrae are, please look them up. They are an internationally renowned professional choir, and they are world class. And so that'll be one of our projects for next year. We'll then follow that in what we think of as the Messiah slot, May and June, April and May. We'll then be performing Handel's wonderful oratorio, Samson. And that'll be a full performance, and we'll tell you more about that, but the intention is for that to be on Baroque instruments as well. Very much a sort of a returning to the fold, really, having sung Messiah in that slot this year. We're going to have a second summer school next year, and again, the plans for that are amazing. The first week will be American music, in particular music by the wonderful composer Amy Beach, Eric Whittaker and Morten Lauritsen. We're going to spend a week with Naughty Mark's choices, and this is Judith refers to Naughty Mark, and quite a few of you refer to Naughty Mark for providing you with such a panoply of wonderful pieces. Well, Naughty Mark will dig deep into his bag of favourites and will produce some wonderful, wonderful works for us. We're going to put on a very special week where we have the Pergolesi Stabat Mater, which will be for sopranos and altos, and in the same week we'll have some amazing Russian sacred music for tenors and basses, again led by Tenebrae. And then there'll be a fourth week TBC, but that will be along the lines of the Vivaldi Gloria, a lovely, fantastic full work for us to enjoy, leading into the autumn, where we will then learn Haydn's Creation, and all of that will be with me over the next 12 months. There will also be works taught by our wonderful colleagues Harry, by Ellie and by John, and of course Mark will send an email out to you very soon with all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree that is an incredible programme, and I hope you can join me for some, if not all of that. It's I think the best programme I've ever seen in terms of a choral programme for a year, and that's not everything, of course. So look, that's 2021. Mark will let you know how to sign up for all of that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to my second announcement. This is something very, very special indeed. This choir has been formed for you and with you. And I'm sure you'll agree, with a programme like this, there is so much to look forward to. This is a very, very special organisation. Now, it is still a growing organisation. And, Mark is running all of this from his house in Dorset. And if you have any visions of a sort of glass and steel building, self-isolation choir headquarters, we're not there yet. And in all seriousness, this organisation has grown rapidly and is doing great things. And it's time for us to raise a bit of money to support our choir, so that programme that we've just put together for next year can be as satisfying and fulfilling as possible. So I'm delighted to announce our first Greatest Hits performance. So I'd like to invite all of you, if you would be happy to join me in a very special course, which is going to be going live in a few weeks' time. We're going to put on a special concert on the 21st of November, which is a Saturday, and it's going to consist of some of our greatest hits. And let me show you the programme, and I'll tell you a bit about how this is going to work. So this is the programme for the concert, and you'll see straight away many, many familiar works of very many familiar pieces. We have works from the Vivaldi Gloria, the Verdi Requiem, a couple of movements in the Fauré Requiem, some wonderful Messiah, including And the Glory of the Lord and Hallelujah, the Lord's Prayer from the African Sanctus, Ave Maris Stella, For the Beauty of the Earth, and the Bluebird, Quanta Qualia, and even some extracts from Elijah. Now, all of these tracks will be either our own self-isolation choir performances, or they will be Fieri or Record Diary tracks. So this will be a completely in-house produced concert. You will learn the music either through, well, there'll be live rehearsals with me for 3 weeks leading up to the concert. They will be held at 7 p.m. in the evening. Mark will share all of these details with you by email, but we'll have 2 rehearsals a week at 7 p.m. in the evening, that's UK time, to look at all of these works. And you will have a very, very special support for these. We're putting together playlists for everybody who signs up. There will be a soprano, alto, tenor, bass playlist. And on each of those playlists, there will be the teaching for each of those movements. And sometimes it'll be me, sometimes it'll be Harry, sometimes it'll be Ellie. But we will teach you the soprano parts for all of these, or alto, or tenor, and bass, in the form of the teaching videos that we've already recorded over the course of the last 6 months. And then I will work with you as a full choir for those 3 weeks, and then we will perform in November. Now, as with all of our performances, there will be optional tickets for charity, £5, and the cost for this course, ladies and gentlemen, well, after this weekend, the cost for this wonderful concert will be £19.95. Up until Saturday, that is from today until Saturday, the cost is £14.95. So if you sign up early, you get a discount. Now, I do want to let you know that this will all go to support the choir. I'm not taking a fee for this concert, ladies and gentlemen, because I really believe that this is a really vital part of all of our lives, and I want us to make sure that there is enough money in the kitty to pay for all of these lovely projects. Mark has said very kindly he will put a link in an email. If any of you want to donate to my time, that's absolutely fine, but I am not taking a fee for this concert. I think it's absolutely essential that we perform, we share our wonderful music with the world, and of course with restrictions and lockdown looming in various places around the world, I can think of nothing better to do than to sing a concert called Lift Thine Eyes, just as we're heading into the dark part of the year, to really celebrate everything that we've done and to build for the future. Now, of course, those of you out there who have been singing with us for a while will know most of this music, but if you've only sung with us for a short while, this gives you an opportunity to go back and revisit some of those other courses. And of course, many of you know people who would have loved to have joined us earlier on but missed Messiah or missed Vivaldi and so on. So this would be a great opportunity for you to bring your friends, your family, to come along and try us out just for a short space, and then maybe see if we can grow our numbers. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough from me, I think, for now. There will, of course, be an email. There will be an email or two about this, but just to recap, Lift Thine Eyes is going to be on the 21st of November. It's going to be an evening concert in aid of our wonderful choir, in aid of your wonderful choir. And once we've got that underway, we'll be able to tell you even more about what we've got planned over the course of the next year. And I'm sure you'll agree, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So, dear friends, thank you so much, everybody, for your patience at the start of today's session. A little bit unusual, but I'm sure you'll agree, well worth it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this off screen and become full screen again, and we're going to have a little look at the small matter of Elijah. But just one more time, if you've just come along to hear my announcements today and you're disappearing off for a bit, thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button, and remember, you can sign up at a reduced price between now and Saturday. After Saturday, it's $19.95. So let's get everybody signing up. Oh, do you know what? I've forgotten one thing. I've forgotten something really important that Mark is will have to tell me. You'll get a special score for this. I'm sorry, I've forgotten the special commemorative score. Brenda, our very own Brenda, is producing a special score. You'll get a PDF with pretty much everything in. We do have to pay a little bit for Quanta Qualia and for the Rutter if you don't own those, but you will have a special score which has all the movements in, excepting those two, and it'll be a special commemorative score being produced by Brenda, all included in the price. So there we are. Absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to get started. As I say, just the small matter of Mendelssohn's Elijah. So here we go. So I'm now going to get rid of the of this nice presentation, everybody. So just bear with me a second. There we go. So let's get started for tonight, everybody. So can I encourage you and make sure that you've got your drink of water handy? I'm going to rehydrate myself as I've done a lot of talking. And what we'll do is we'll get warmed up, we'll sing through the movements that we looked at last week, and then we're going to have a little look forward to what we've got coming up. Of course, we've really done very, very well over the last few weeks. We've got 16 movements learned and 9 to go. So we're very much on the downhill stretch. So if I could invite everybody, those of you that are happy to stand up for me, plant those feet a shoulder's width apart. Okay, I hope everybody out there is saying yes, sir. Thank you very much indeed. All right. And roll those shoulders around, please, folks. And then when you've rolled them in one direction, roll them the other way, please. Oh, thank you, everybody. Wonderful, wonderful comments. And then bring those shoulders up to the ears. Take a deep breath and let them fall. Fantastic. In fact, everybody, take a couple of deep breaths in and sigh for me. So much exciting stuff going on. Let's just breathe it out for now. Rest assured you will receive emails about everything I've just been speaking about, so we can get rid of that for today. And for those of us out there who are carrying around stuff that's, yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff, but there's also a lot of stressful stuff in the world, so let's just get rid of that now, shall we? Fantastic. Well done, folks. And just roll your head around very, very gently. Loosen this all up. Oh, I'm very glad. Lots of people excited about the programme of 2021. I don't blame you. I'm excited too. Okay, let's do a bit of very gentle humming. So we'll start by humming a C. So hum with me, please, folks. Here we go. Now, ooh. Or for orange. Now, E for egg. And R. Fantastic. Now, basses and altos drop down the octave, sopranos and tenors with me as we sing Ma, Ma, Ma. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great. Me, me, me. And you, you, you. And one more. Yo, yo, yo. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. So we need to return to the business at hand, which is this amazing work, Elijah. And I really hope that you are that you're enjoying it. I hope that you're having fun. I've had some wonderful messages from you. Lots of people saying I'd sung it before, but I've never enjoyed it as much as this. And that's just, well, that's music to my ears, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really glad you're enjoying it. I want to apologise. I'm sorry for the number of times that you'll have found this music going round and round your head. Sometimes in opportune moments. From my point of view, it's that 3 a.m, wake up and it's there. And for me, over the weekend, it's been that the thousands languish and fall beside thee. It's just been going round and round and round. I'd like to tell you that the days of the earworms are behind us, but that's not the case. We have many, many more to come. What we're going to do tonight, ladies and gents, as we always do, we're going to sing back through the works that we looked at last week. So we're going to start with Be Not Afraid. We'll then sing The Lord Hath Exalted Thee and Woe to Him. And then we will carry on with the music we're looking at this week, which will include Lift Thine Eyes. Now, this is for sopranos and altos only. Having said that, tenors and basses, if you want to come along and you want to learn those parts and you want to sing along, you're very, very welcome to. We'll then have a look at He Watching Over Israel, Slumbers Not Nor Sleeps, which is absolutely beautiful and relatively straightforward. And then He That Shall Endure to the End, which is a very straightforward chorale type piece. Now, if we have the time during the rehearsals this week, we will start having a look at Behold, God the Lord passed by. Tenors and basses, we almost certainly will get to that point. Sopranos and altos, we will have to see. All right, so to begin with tonight, could you grab your music, please, folks? I want to sing through Be Not Afraid. And this is just, well, I'm sure you'll agree with me. This is just such a wonderful, wonderful movement. So we'll start partway down page 112 in our free score. This is when the soprano sings, be not afraid, for I, thy God, will strengthen thee. And then we are straight in. All right, so let's have some fun, everybody. Here is the soprano leading us in, and here's Be Not Afraid. Let's have fun. Take it away. Ready, everybody? 1, 2. Thank you so much, everybody. My goodness me, that movement, it's that last page. It just tugs on the heartstrings, doesn't it? That last, be not afraid. My goodness. It's one of those moments as the conductor when you've really got to work hard not to let the emotion show on your face. I don't know if I managed. Well done, everybody. That is such a wonderful, wonderful piece. And, great way to start. So now let's turn over the page. So we now have the Lord hath exalted thee. And then I'm going to say the wonderful woe to him. The loud and very aggressive woe to him. So I'm just going to change my system over here. I'm going to run the two together. So we're going to have the Lord hath exalted thee. Remember, it starts with quite a lot of recitative from the soloists, and then basses. You heard it with your ears. Okay, so ears at the ready for hearing. Here we go. The Lord hath exalted thee. All right, so we're starting. This is page 122 in our free score, number 23. It should just be over the page from the preceding movement. Here we go.
Exalted thee from among the people, and o'er his people Israel hath made thee king. But thou, Ahab, hast done evil to provoke him to anger above all that were before thee. As if it had been a light thing for thee to walk in the scenes of Jeroboam. Thou hast made a grove and an altar to Baal, and served him and worshipped him. Thou hast killed the righteous, and also taken possession. And the Lord shall smite all Israel, as a reed is shaken in the water, and he shall give Israel up, and thou shalt know he is the Lord.
Concert, I'll stand you up at this point. So now the Queen. This is the bottom 1, 2, 3. Ready basses. 2, 3. We heard it with our ears. Okay, basses. And we heard it with our ears.
And why hath he spoken in the name of the Lord? Doth he have governed the kingdom of Israel, while Elijah's power is greater than the king's?
Okay, top of 125. Ready for He Shall Perish, everybody? Deep breath, and He shall perish, He shall perish.
Hath he not destroyed Baal's prophets? He shall perish. Yea, by sword he destroyed them all. He destroyed them all. He also closed the heavens. He also closed the heavens. And called down a famine upon the land. And called down a famine upon the land. So go ye forth and seize Elijah, for he is worthy to die.
to him. Ready, basses?
As he hath
My goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. And I wouldn't blame some of you for thinking that's quite fast and quite loud. Yes, it is. I really do believe that movement is the hardest thing in Elijah for the choir to sing. I may yet be proven wrong as we go forwards, but honestly, that is fast, and it is huge aggressive, it is loud, and you get no real space to kind of catch your breath. So of all the things to rehearse, that would be the one to practice. Just make sure you're doing it in a in a way that just bear in mind you'll have other people around you, I should imagine. So maybe warn your friends and family before you start rehearsing Woe to Him. Otherwise you'll get a knock on the door saying, you all right? So look, everybody, that was last week. And what a week it was. This week we start, well, this week is completely different. Okay, this week we start with something very, very, very beautiful. So we have Lift Thine Eyes. Now, before we listen to this, do I have time to play you the aria? I think what I do need to play at least the opening of It Is Enough. So this is not something we're going to sing this week. This is the aria that Elijah sings. And this is a very, very special aria. This is number 26, It Is Enough. And if you know your Bach, you know that Bach wrote a cantata, Ich habe genug. And a very similar sort of feel to this, a bass solo, I've had enough. Lord, take away my life. In our case, this is a wonderful piece in F sharp minor with a cello solo. And of course, you'll remember, those of you who've been coming along each week, we have an incredible cellist. We have Jia Cheng, who's going to record the cello part for us. In fact, I think she's already done it. And so when you listen to this, I don't know if we've got time to do the whole thing. I think actually we might. All right, so have a rest for a minute. Listen to Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau singing this incredible aria as Elijah is brought to the depths of despair. He has given everything to try and help the people of Israel. He thought he'd saved them. He thought he'd helped them. Jezebel has turned them against him. He's basically at his wit's end, and he sings this aria, and it's as low as I think any character in an oratorio is brought. Maybe there are some out there, but this is, the depths of despair. But of course, what then follows? Well, I don't want to spoil it. So this is It Is Enough. This is a solo bass aria. This will be sung by Ashley Riches with Richard Gowers on the organ and Jia Cheng playing the cello part for us. But let's enjoy Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau singing it first. Here we go. Single note holds now, while the tenor sings. The great prophet Elijah brought so low by the betrayal of the people he thought he'd saved. So how does Mendelssohn bring him back? How does Mendelssohn inspire everybody in perhaps the most exquisite bit of writing for upper voices I think I've ever heard? So over the page, number 28, as we sing the wonderful Lift Thine Eyes. Here we go, everybody. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've conducted that piece. I've sung in that piece, "Lift Thine Eyes," more times than I can count. I've rarely conducted it, even in this scenario. I've rarely conducted it and felt as emotional as that. I feel that this piece, "Lift Thine Eyes," is such an important movement for all of us here, all of us in this choir, all of us in this world at the moment. It's going to be a wonderful one to learn, and also it's going to be a difficult one to get through, I think, without getting quite emotional. So thank you, everybody. As I said, tenors and basses, if you want to come along and sing that, you'd be very welcome too. I see no reason why we can't have some errant tenors and basses joining in with that. Now, following on from that, Mendelssohn brings the full choir to bear with the full orchestra. He, watching over Israel, slumbers not nor sleeps. And what you hear here is the soothing sounds of Mendelssohn trying to comfort Elijah through the music. And so if you have a look at number 29 for me, please, folks, this is the next one. Just as I remember, those of you, obviously, sopranos and altos this week, we will be learning "Lift Thine Eyes" this week, and we'll be singing along with a very special version that Fieri Consort have recorded for us. And that will be, we'll premiere that tomorrow. I had hoped to have it set up for today, just haven't had time to get everything, all the ducks in a row. So "Lift Thine Eyes" will be learnt along with the Fieri Consort this week as well. An extra special treat for all of you. So "He, watching over Israel, slumbers not nor sleeps," follows the same sort of structure as "Be Not Afraid," in that it is ABA format. You have the first section, you have a contrasting section in the middle, and then he brings back the opening idea. So ABA, and the opening section is this lovely tune, "He, watching over Israel, slumbers not nor sleeps." Very, very pretty tune. Then the middle section, "Shouldst thou walking in grief languish," there's that word again, languishing. This takes us into the minor before bringing back the angels chorus again. So let's enjoy a little bit of "He, watching over Israel." This is number 29. This will be the second piece that we're learning this week. Tenors and basses, this will be where we start on Thursday and Friday. So here we go. Tenors, sopranos, altos, and the bass and tenors. wonderful? Isn't that gorgeous? I love the way that Mendelssohn takes us from that really intense "Shouldst thou walking in grief" and how he literally transforms the idea from the minor key into the major and fits it in with "He watching over Israel." Is so cleverly done, and so warm and so loving and so reassuring. I can't wait to learn that one with everybody. And then following that, there are some lovely, lovely arias. If I could ask everyone to have a look at our next chorus, which is number 32. And I've mentioned many, many times that Mendelssohn was a huge important figure in the world of classical music. In particular, he was fascinated with the historical development of music, and I have to say I'm completely with him. Having studied the music of Johann Sebastian Bach and Handel and Purcell and all these amazing composers, and then of course Mozart, Haydn, Beethoven. He was also a huge admirer of Schubert, as you can probably tell from that last movement. So this one, "He That Shall Endure to the End," this is very much the chorus, that is to say us, responding to what's happened so far, and commenting in the style of a Bach chorale. And if you know Bach's cantatas, you know that he wrote these amazing works. Sometimes it was an aria, sometimes it was a chorus, and sometimes it was just a big block of music, big chunky chords, in order to get the point across in a way that wasn't, fancy and full of notes. So this is about as straightforward a message as one can deliver. The trick with this one is learning that the composers hide little tricks in the harmony, and when we're learning this one this week, I'll just talk about some of those as we go. So let's have a little look at "He That Shall Endure to the End." It is a chorale in the style of Bach, with some really, really pretty harmonies in it, but otherwise it's just good chunky music. So here's your chord. All right, so this is basses are on an F. Actually, I'm just checking. Yeah, F, A, F for the altos, and a C. This is number 32. In my score, it's page 150. And this is what it sounds like, everybody. And Isn't that just lovely? That's such a beautiful movement. And when I did this spun with my choir, we did this movement, but I have also performed this with a choir who cut this movement, and said, well, it's just a bit of chorale singing. And I'm always of the opinion that if the composer put something into the work, they meant for it to be performed. And the thing that this does for everybody, after all of the worry for Elijah and the relief that comes from hearing the angels singing, this just allows, it's like an affirmation of certainty, an affirmation of faith. It's so important. And I love the fact that Mendelssohn writes at the end, shall be savoured, and just look at the direction of all those parts rising. Where shall they go? Straight up. Okay, so that will be everything for the sopranos and altos this week, I think. Tenors and basses, because we don't have Lift Thine Eyes to learn. As I said, you're very welcome to come along on Tuesday and Wednesday. But tenors and basses, we will make a start then on number 34. And sopranos and altos, obviously, you'll be learning this one next week. I'd like to finish today by playing through and enjoying Behold, God the Lord Passed By. Because this is so dramatic. It's not quite the most dramatic thing in Elijah. And bear in mind, we've already had the Baal choruses, and we've had, woe to him. Behold, God the Lord passed by. This is a real moment where Elijah is confronted, really, with everything he's done. God comes to Elijah. But in what form? Well, let's find out. So if you can turn to number 34. And here, those of you who know your choral music will know that in the Dream of Gerontius, there's a moment where Gerontius sees God, and it's where Elgar wrote 5 Fs. That's extraordinarily loud. This is Mendelssohn's take on Elijah seeing the face of God. So let's have a listen to this. This is really, really good, really dramatic, and by the end is so beautiful. When I first heard this, I don't mind telling you I shed a tear, and I may well do so tonight. So let's enjoy this. Now, of course, after this, that'll be it till tomorrow. We've got the sopranos tomorrow. We'll be looking at Lift Thine Eyes, He watching over Israel, and He that shall endure to the end. Altos then on Wednesday, tenors, basses, Thursday, Friday. Don't forget to sign up for Lift Thine Eyes. You've got till Saturday, then the price goes up. Get as many people there as possible. This is your choir, and we want it to be here for generations and generations to come. So please do come and join us for that amazing event. So now, here we go. Behold, God the Lord passed by. Strap yourselves in, folks. This is a big one. Here we go. just thrilling and so beautiful. Honestly, the Mendelssohn's genius is, I think, unparalleled. He knows how to write the exact perfect music for an emotion. And there's very few composers, I think, particularly from around this era, in the Romantic era, who could do that quite as well. My goodness, I can't wait to work on the music with you this week, everybody. So, tomorrow, Sopranos, Lift Thine Eyes, He Watching Over Israel, He That Shall Endure to the End, and then as much of this as we can manage. Tens and basses, you're going to get to learn the whole thing this week. If you're around any of the nights of this week, folks, come along, come and join us. The big joy for me in this choir, aside from the fact that the music is fantastic, is seeing you all in the comments, hearing from you. It makes a huge difference to me, and I know it means a lot to everybody out there. So, do chat in the comments, do be lovely to each other, and thank you again for all of your love, all of your support. The last few weeks since I heard about the medal, and certainly since the announcement on Friday, have been, as I say, some of the most emotional and moving and fulfilling days of my life. Thank you, everybody. It's wonderful. Now look, see you later this week. Whatever you've got left for the rest of this day, for the rest of today, whatever you've got planned, I hope it goes really, really well. And do remember to go and sign up for the concert. I'll see you soon. Take care, folks. All the best. Bye-bye.